Hi everyone and welcome to our next lesson. In this lesson I'm going to be showing you the proper way of how to hold your camera. Now I know you're pretty well aware of how to hold a camera, but there's a couple of tips and techniques that I'd like you to be aware of, as it makes it for a much more stable platform. So Rebecca, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a photo for me please, and I'll see how you get on, see if there's any tips I can give you. Okay, great. So there's a couple of things that we could be doing to make it a lot better. So the first thing is you put both hands either side here. Now I like you to put your left hand and put it underneath the lens like so. Yep, and then I want you to bring the camera up to your eye. Okay, this time, and also stick your elbows into your rib cage. Now you've got a nice stable platform. And then if you take another shot, see how that works. Okay, brilliant. So another thing you do, you have your feet slightly further apart, maybe shoulder width apart. That gives you once again a much more stable platform, and see how that works. How do you find that?
Much more stable.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. So for the students at home, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do the same please. So I'd like you to get your camera out. Once again, go over the points we just covered with the hand underneath the lens, the elbows tucked into the rib cage, feet shoulder width apart, and that's a really good stable solid photo. Now it might sound quite simple, but it's really, really important, because there will be times when you'll be shooting on quite a slow shutter speed, and by having a stable platform it gives you a much higher chance of producing a sharper photo. And as we all know with photographers, sometimes it's really hard to get the sharp shot. So the next thing I want you to be aware of is there's a tip that I use is imagine you're walking up a hill on a holiday and it's a beautiful sunset and you want to get the shot and you're shooting on quite a slow shutter speed. Now what happens is people usually be out of breath and they're shooting on slow shutter speeds and they're excited, they want to get the shot, and the best thing you can do is to relax, which is easier said than done when you're in a new environment. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to put the camera up to the eye, breathe out. When you breathe out, press the shutter button and squeeze it very gently. Okay, what you've done there is you've slowed your body down, you've had a chance to recover, and you've had a much higher chance of producing a much sharper photo. And it's very easy to forget. So that's what I want you to start being aware of now. And also it's actually quite a hard thing to practice, because you're actually not going to be doing it in the street, right? You're just going, oh God, I've got a deep breath in, breathe out, take a slow shot. And when you do need to do it, you'll forget to do it. But at least you're aware of it, and I just want you to consider it, doing it. So there you go, some really simple, easy tips, but they are really important and they really help to give you a much sharper photo. Now there's a couple of other tips I can give you, but instead of standing up, we're going to be sitting down. So if I can borrow your camera. Yes. So once again, the same thing applies. If you hold your camera like this, you have a chance of it wobbling, but if I can rest my elbow onto my knee here and put my hand under the lens and hold it like this, I have a much more stable platform. So why don't you try that as well? You get down? Yeah. Cool. Do you find that has a bit more balance?
I find myself quite unbalanced, but
that's because you haven't got your knee on the.
Okay, then.
You got the knee on the floor. That's it.
Okay, now.
And then you have much more stable.
That's true. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's really important to get the knee down. Well. So it goes to my other tip, is not to wear your best clothes when you take photos, because there's a really high chance of you end up getting muddy knees, or you're leaning against something that's dirty, especially street photography, and you end up ruining your clothes. Yeah. But always a stable platform helps really well. So for the students at home, give it a go, see how you get on. Just practice, get familiar with your camera, get familiar holding the lens, and once again the basics are so important. They really help give you a core understanding on how to take really good shots, because we'll be going to much more advanced lessons after this, but we're always going to be referring back to the basics, and it's the basics that are going to be used time and time again. Anyway, I hope that was fun, and I can't wait to see you in our next lesson.